Zac Hardwick.
Good afternoon. Thank you for that lovely introduction. I appreciate it. The question I will address today is A, how would Martin Luther King address the tenets of the tent cities, and B, the opponents of the Occupy movement. February 1st, 1960. 4 black college students sat down in a whites-only restaurant in Greensboro, North Carolina. The sit-in began a youth movement inspired by Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat on the city bus 5 years earlier. The restaurant refused to serve the students, but they sat quietly and protested discrimination. The silence broke when a black lady, washing dishes behind the counter, shouted that the students were stupid, ignorant, rabble-rousers, and troublemakers. The criticism stung, but didn't stop the students from embarking on a new organization, called the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, better known as SNCC. The group went on to play a major role in organizing sit-ins and freedom marches throughout the South, as well as the 1963 March on Washington with Dr. Martin Luther King. 50 years later, we see the emergence of another potentially powerful protest movement. Last year, 2 women decided to occupy a park near Wall Street in New York City to dramatize the vast disparity in American wealth between the rich and middle to lower class. Calling themselves the 99%, Occupy Wall Street has gone global, as frustrated wage earners in many states and foreign countries have started their own variations of the Occupy. Critics have blasted the movement, much like the dishwasher did against SNCC, but rabble-rousers and troublemakers is mild compared to the descriptions of the protesters camped out in parks and public vehicles. In this new age of social media, Occupy Wall Street spread like wildfire with the click of a mouse, and its leaders can no longer control its course. The movement gained half of its publicity from the tent cities and the other half from violent outbreaks. In Occupy Oakland, protesters were arrested after clashing with the police and committing crimes ranging from property damage to robbery. I wonder what Dr. King would think about this new battleground for human equality. No doubt, he would applaud the Occupy leaders for bringing attention to economic injustice. But would he believe the strategy of occupying parks in 2012 is as effective as the sit-ins and freedom rides in the 1960s? I think Dr. King would have 2 responses. First, he would tell the Occupy leaders to move beyond the antics of political street theater and go to the next level of organization. They need clear-cut goals, a unified plan of action, and connections to the power structure. As Dr. King moved around the nation giving speeches and organizing protests, he did so with the unmistakable goal of passing civil rights legislation to end racial segregation. He worked closely with organizations like the NAACP, the SCLC, and SNCC, in a collaborative effort